Panthers, it's Wednesday, which means the week is halfway over.
Today's weather will be partly sunny and in the low 60s. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Today's science fact of the day has to do with a project that launched on this day in 1973 and had an unusual situation occur. Let's go to Giovanni to find out more.
Hey Panthers, on this day in 1973, Skylab 4, the third manned Skylab mission, was launched into orbit. It began with the launch of 3 astronauts on a Saturn IB rocket from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida, and lasted 84 days, 1 hour, and 16 minutes. When the crew arrived, they found 3 men in white suits waiting for them. It turned out they were 3 dummies left there by the previous Skylab crew. The Skylab crew 4 was compromised of all the rookies, and they grew tired of the workload that was required of them. So one day they did something about it. Check out this video and find out what they did.
On November 16th of 1973, the final manned Skylab mission launched to the orbiting space station. Scheduled to last for 84 days, it was the longest mission of the program and also NASA's longest mission to date. It would certainly be taxing on the astronauts as well. The crew, Jerry Carr, Bill Pogue, and Ed Gibson, had some 6,051 working hours planned between the 3 of them. These tasks included unloading and stowing the thousands of items they would need to run all the scientific and medical experiments, as well as all the solar and planetary observations. It was, needless to say, a packed schedule, but this crew seemed to have a harder time managing their time than the 2 crews that came before them. And Mission Control wasn't exactly happy. NASA ground crews had the expectation that crews should be working in orbit around the clock to achieve all of their goals. They should not be taking rest days, and they should not be taking leisurely mealtimes. In fact, they should be working during mealtimes to make sure that they stay on schedule. With Mission Control pushing them to work longer hours, the crew eventually got burnt out and just hit their breaking point. A few days before New Year's of 1973, the crew decided that they were going to take an unscheduled rest day. They stopped working, shut off the communications, and enjoyed the view from orbit. It was basically a space mutiny, and NASA was not happy. Before the month was out, Carr eventually had a talk with NASA. He said his men needed time to rest and recover so they could work more efficiently, and NASA finally agreed. The crew's tasks were broken down such that science goals were a priority, but everything else, like maintenance, was put on a sort of shopping list, something that the crew could do when they either had time or felt up to taking on an extra challenge. Houston also agreed to leave the astronauts alone during mealtimes and after dinner, giving them ample free time to recover from long workdays. And having gotten their wish of a reduced workload, the Skylab 4 crew eventually worked far more efficiently. But it might have come at a cost. None of the astronauts ever flew in space again.
Now let's have some Parkland news. STEM night is coming up soon. It will be on Wednesday, November 30th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. Stay tuned to PPTV for more info.
Parkland's next market day is this Thursday. If your family needs groceries, please come out and get some on Thursday.
PPTV media production crew will be meeting this afternoon with Miss Grayson in the TV studio. You will be working on your PSA, so plan to attend.
If you are interested in ordering a wreath to support the Wreath Across America's program, pick up an order form in the main office today.
Because of the Family Market Day, there will not be any activity buses this Thursday. So far, the following clubs are still meeting. Homework Club with Mr. DeVita, Super Sci U, Art Club, Gems, and Monster Park rehearsals. The following clubs are canceled: Yearbook and Weight Training. These may change, so stay tuned to PPTV and we will keep you up to date.
Now let's head to Giovanni with an interesting news story out of Alaska.
Hey Panthers, I'm here in Alaska. I'm outside the Bosco's comic book store. Last Friday, I had an unusual burglar break into their store. A person dressed head to toe in ninja gear broke in after hours on Friday, slinked around the place before stealing a katana, a sword, a key part of any aspiring ninja's arsenal. But the joke's on him because the whole thing was caught on camera. We even have a picture. Can we put it up? So epic fail for this ninja because the ninjas aren't supposed to be seen. Check out some more facts about ninjas.
Myth 1. Ninjas dressed in black. The archetypal ninja is often portrayed as dressing entirely in black with a hood and mask, but this simply doesn't make sense. A ninja's job was to blend in with everyone else, which is impossible in such a costume, unless you're at a football referee convention or a goth music gig. Instead, ninjas would have worn the traditional clothes of the era, which were available in a wide variety of colours, from brown and grey to blue and red. Myth 2. All ninjas were assassins. Ninjas were so much more than simple assassins. They fulfilled many roles for many different people. They could be hired out as a warrior to help storm or defend castles, but more often than not, they worked as spies who were sent to obtain enemy secrets rather than to kill them. Myth number 3. Throwing stars were used to kill. The shuriken or throwing stars are commonly seen in ninja movies and are thrown to kill people from a distance. However, their real purpose was to cause a distraction, and the earliest versions were household items like coins. When shurikens were used as weapons, it was to slash or stab, not to kill. Myth number 4. The samurai were the sworn enemies. It is commonly believed that ninjas and samurai were constantly facing off against each other, but this couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, lots of ninjas were from the samurai warrior class, and one of the most famous ninjas, Hattori Hanzo, was also a samurai. Myth number 5. They were poor peasant farmers. There is a belief that ninjas rose up from the lowest ranks of society, but a ninja was actually a job title, not a social class. Most ninjas grew out of the samurai or warrior class and were at least foot soldiers, making them closer to aristocrats than humble peasants who trained in the mountains.
Wish these students a happy birthday.
Birthday. Somebody in here, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Somebody in here, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Somebody in here, it's your birthday. It's your birthday. Everybody move like it's your birthday. 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 Birthday.
Well, Panthers, that's all for today. Because of the current state of our country, we thought we would leave you with this quote from Mother Teresa.
Spread love everywhere you go. Let no one ever come to you without leaving happier. Have a great day and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.